Another day. Another whisper of the eternal breeze brushing through the tranquil forest of Bodhi trees. Buddha sat beneath the grandest tree, his serene gaze reflecting the infinite wisdom gathered from life's myriad trials. I approached, each step resonating with the heartbeat of the earth, feeling the gravity of the moment. "Why have you come?" Buddha's voice emerged, soft yet piercing, weaving through the air like threads of golden silk. "I seek guidance, O enlightened one," I answered, my words trembling under the weight of this sacred encounter. His presence was unassuming yet towering, as if the universe bent slightly in reverence of his existence. "Guidance begins within," he replied, gesturing to the core of my being, his fingers barely moving yet profoundly expressive. I pondered his words, their simplicity belying the depth of meaning nestled within the syllables. "What if clarity eludes me?" I asked, hoping for the light that might pierce the shadows of confusion. "Do not chase clarity," Buddha murmured. "Invite it with patience, for chasing scatters it into fragments like broken glass." The forest around us seemed to breathe alongside his wisdom, each leaf moving in quiet harmony. But what path should I take? My voice carried a tone of desperation, seeking refuge in certainty. "No path is singular," Buddha remarked. "The journey is woven with crossroads and diverging trails, each teaching its own lesson." I felt the enormity of his insight settle within me, like rainwater pooling in a cracked vessel. "Is suffering then unavoidable?" I ventured, acknowledging the burdens I carried from the weight of existence. "Suffering is not an enemy," Buddha replied. "It is a mirror to the soul, revealing what remains unlearned." Each word dripped like dew onto my heart, softening its hardened edges forged through relentless turmoil. "I feel lost," I admitted, the raw vulnerability threading through my confession like beads of prayer. "Loss precedes rediscovery," Buddha answered, his gaze unwavering, as though he could see beyond the veil of my confusion. The trees whispered among themselves, their age-old wisdom echoing the eternal truths of Buddha's words. "Are we ever truly free?" I questioned, yearning for liberation from the chains of fear and doubt. "Freedom is not absence of chains," Buddha said, "but the understanding of their existence and choosing to transcend them." My spirit stirred, the flames of hope igniting where despair had once smoldered in shadows of inertia. "What then is the essence of existence?" I asked, seeking the core that binds all life into a unified dance. "Existence is a cycle," Buddha revealed. "Birth and death are but notes in the symphony of perpetual being." I felt my soul expand, drinking deeply from the profound waters of his boundless wisdom. "Can peace truly be attained in this chaotic world?" I asked, gazing beyond the forest, where life surged relentlessly. "Peace lives in surrender," Buddha whispered. "Not to chaos, but to the acceptance of chaos as part of order." His words seemed to light an invisible torch, illuminating the labyrinth of my restless thoughts. "Will the world ever change?" I asked, the question heavy with doubt and hope entwined like vines on a trellis. "The world changes through each soul awakened," Buddha answered, his expression timeless. The silence filled with infinite promise. The leaves shimmered, carrying his words as they embraced the world's gentle chaos with unwavering grace. "I fear failure," I admitted, the shadow of inadequacy gripping my voice like iron claws. "Failure is a step in ascent," Buddha replied. "Embrace it as you would the earth beneath your feet." His calm dismantled the walls of fear, revealing a horizon stretched in infinite possibilities. "Will love conquer all?" I asked, the eternal question blooming like a lotus in the depths of my consciousness. "Love is not conquest," Buddha said. "It is the unity of all truths, dissolving barriers without battle." The echoes of his words reverberated, grounding me as the moonlight scattered across the forest's eternal expanse. "Is solitude a curse or blessing?" I asked, my heart yearning for answers in the silence of companionship. Solitude is neither, Buddha answered. It is an empty space waiting to be filled with wisdom and self-discovery. The forest seemed to cradle his wisdom, holding me as his words wove into the fabric of my being. Do you ever question? I asked, daring to seek a glimpse of uncertainty in the enlightened one's consciousness. Questioning fuels awakening, Buddha responded. Even the awakened must tread through questions to maintain clarity. The essence of his wisdom rippled through me, shaping the inner landscape of my soul anew. Another day, another revelation etched into the scrolls of eternity, immortalized in the silence of the Bodhi grove. Another day, another quiet morning greeted the forest, where sunlight wove golden threads through the canopy above. Buddha sat beneath the Bodhi tree, his stillness radiating an aura that calmed the restless energy around him. I stepped forward, my heart both heavy and hopeful, yearning for another revelation from his boundless well of wisdom. Why do you return? Buddha asked, his voice serene yet compelling, carrying the weight of both inquiry and invitation. Doubt lingers within me, I admitted, each word feeling like a confession laid bare before the enlightened one. Buddha nodded, his gaze penetrating yet gentle, as though he could see the tangled threads of my uncertainty. Doubt is not the enemy, he began. It is the companion that pushes the seeker towards clarity and understanding. I paused, absorbing his words, which seemed to untangle the knots of anxiety coiled within my chest. How do I embrace doubt without being consumed by it? I asked, my voice trembling with the fragility of my question. Do not wrestle with doubt, Buddha advised. Sit with it, and let it show you what lies beneath its surface. The forest seemed to listen, its natural rhythm aligning with the profound cadence of Buddha's voice. What lies beneath doubt? I questioned, feeling both curiosity and trepidation about the answer that awaited me. Beneath doubt often lies fear, Buddha said, and beyond fear lies the opportunity to grow beyond the limitations of self. Each word felt like a key unlocking a door I had long been afraid to approach, let alone open. What if fear grips too tightly? I asked, the vulnerability in my voice echoing like a plea for liberation. Fear tightens its grip when resisted, Buddha responded. But when observed with compassion, it begins to loosen on its own. The leaves above us rustled gently, as though the forest itself was nodding in agreement with his profound insight. Compassion for fear? I asked, the paradox of his suggestion stirring both doubt and intrigue within me. Compassion is boundless, Buddha explained. It extends not only to others but also to the parts of ourselves we reject. His words resonated deeply, challenging the barriers I had built within, barriers I had mistaken for protection. What if rejection becomes habitual? I inquired, seeking guidance on breaking the cycle of self-imposed isolation. Habits are formed through repetition, Buddha said, and they dissolve through mindful practice. Replacing rejection with acceptance and understanding. The simplicity of his wisdom belied the depth of the transformation it invited. A transformation that felt both daunting and liberating. Acceptance feels elusive, I admitted, the weight of self-doubt clinging like shadows to my every thought. Acceptance is not a destination, Buddha replied. It is a practice, a continuous unfolding of understanding and grace. The forest around us seemed to lean closer, the air thick with the sanctity of our shared exploration of truth. Can grace truly exist in imperfection? I asked, my voice tinged with the skepticism born of past failures. Imperfection is the canvas on which grace is painted, Buddha answered. For without it, there is no room to grow. The profound beauty of his metaphor painted my inner world with hues of hope and possibility. How do we honor our imperfections without becoming complacent? I asked, striving to balance acceptance with the will to improve. Honor begins with acknowledgement, Buddha said, and improvement follows naturally when we align with our highest truth and purpose. His words felt like a compass pointing towards a path I had not yet dared to tread, but longed to explore. What is our highest truth? I ventured, the enormity of the question sinking into the silence that followed. Our highest truth is love, Buddha declared, not as sentiment, but as the force that unites all existence in harmony. The power of his declaration reverberated within me, a tidal wave of understanding washing away years of misperception. Does love not make us vulnerable? I asked, the scars of past wounds surfacing in the light of his wisdom. Love's vulnerability is its strength, Buddha explained, for it dismantles barriers and creates space for connection and healing. The forest seemed to echo his sentiment, the interwoven branches above us a testament to the unity he described. What if connection leads to pain? I asked, wary of the risks that accompany the rewards of open-hearted living. Pain is a part of connection, Buddha said, but through it, we come to understand the depth of our shared humanity. His words felt like a balm, soothing the raw edges of past hurts, inviting me to embrace life in its fullness. Is humanity inherently flawed? I asked, wrestling with the duality of beauty and suffering woven into the human experience. Flaws are not opposites of virtue, Buddha replied. They are reminders of our potential to transform and transcend. The gentle rustling of the leaves mirrored the movement within my heart. A quiet stirring of hope and renewal. What does it mean to transcend? I questioned, eager to grasp the scope of the transformation he described. To transcend is not to escape, Buddha said. It is to rise above by embracing all that we are and can become. The weight of his words pressed against my soul, inviting me to expand beyond the confines of my current understanding. Another day, another revelation etched into the sacred silence beneath the Bodhi tree, a testament to the boundless wisdom of Buddha. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.